welcome back, my friends, to Where Wendy Travels, Where Wendy Creates. As you probably just saw in my last video, I did have a thrift store shopping haul where I showed you my latest loot. But today what I want to do is, while I still have the books out on this absolutely beautiful day, is go ahead and spend a few moments and start diving in deeper to these books and see if I can't go ahead and prepare some of the material for the junk journals. So like I took out this page, absolutely beautiful, to go into one of my junk journals, I'm going to go ahead and pull out all the other pages because we're going to be using these in the junk journal. And so I'm going to go ahead and prep them by pulling them carefully out of the book, maybe give you a slightly better look at some of the artwork and the beautiful pages that this author, Judy Schauschner, put in with, again, Dutton Children's Books, New York author here. And again, just what a great book here. But instead of going into this trash heap, we are using these pages in junk journals. So I just wanted to let you join me on this beautiful day and go ahead and dismantle the rest of this book, show you how easy it is, and oopsie, I ripped a page, how beautiful some of these are that are going to be going into the junk journal. And when you do tear a page, you want to be very careful that it doesn't then hurt the next page. This one looks like it was already torn at the bottom, so we're ripping it from the top to get the least waste out of there. And as you probably know from my previous videos, all of the extra pieces of paper that get torn out, they go in a Ziploc baggie. You and I are going to then put them in a blender specifically for my artwork and mix them up with water, turn them into pulp, and make some pages ourselves out of all of our scraps. And that those pages are a little bit thicker, so lovely. I can't wait to share that with you. And we're just pulling some of these out. And when you have a page, we fold it somewhat in half, because as you know, I do a lot of pages that are 8.5 by 11. So you have the 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. Look at that absolutely beautiful art on those. So that is something really fun to go ahead and start with. Or of course, if I'm going to be selling the journal, I may leave some of these pages as is for your artwork. My Etsy store currently is closed. There are a lot of my friends online with their stores open. So if you don't want to create a journal with me, just get ideas to fill your own journal and go ahead and purchase your junk journal. And then we're going to do a lot of art together, making those journals really pop out and happen for you. Okay, so last page to tear out of here, and the rest is the cover. So again, we don't have to be exactly precise because again, these sheets are not 8.5 by 11. They'll be a little bit shorter, a little bit taller. When we go ahead and audition them and put them in with the rest of the papers for the junk journal, because I do use graph paper, typing paper, notebook paper, whatever paper, instead of discarding it, oftentimes mail. I will go ahead and collage over the mail. I'll do artwork over the mail. I'll rip pieces and glue them. You know how I like to play and really create different pages with them. So again, please subscribe down below so you don't miss me putting these together. And these cats, I sometimes have a real hard time deciding what I want on each page. So instead of doing that, I am going to go ahead and pull out all of these pages And that kind of gives me the encouragement to then go ahead and make that journal and put them in that journal. And on this one, since this cover is a softback cover, it's just like a cardstock, I'm going to be using the entire book minus the very spine. So we'll even be removing this top page and using that as part of the journal. So because it's windy, I'm going to open this book up in case we get a wind blowing, and I'm just going to start putting them here so I can close it down, weight it down so they don't blow away. But we're going to go ahead and dismantle this entire book. Give me that encouragement to start. Now these are the 8.5 inch sizes. So if I go ahead and real quickly show you one of my pages to get the size. Like I said, the one children's book was it's actually larger. So I have it almost the same size. The top, you'll see me probably cut some of the top off to fit the rest of the pages. But again, very, very nice size. It doesn't have to be exact. Some smaller, some larger. Depends upon the book and the look when I'm putting it together, how I want to actually work that. Now these pages with words on them, sometimes I'll cut these down, make them into tags, put them on top of other tags, stack them up so they're a little stronger. Sometimes I'll just use them as is, and we'll just paint over them, collage over them, and put our own spaces, our own additions too. Create them and really make them our own. On a page like this, I might cut that out and put that on a page, on a collage, maybe with words, without words, and do it differently. But again, to get me started, I'm going to go ahead and pull all these sheets out and then decide how we're individually going to use each picture a little bit later. So, and I even like this, no cat but a tree, so that's pretty cool too. So again, some of your old magazines, please don't throw them away. Save one, tear it up. It's amazing what we can use in our junk journals that are different when starting to kick up. So I gotta watch that a little bit. It's amazing what we can use in our journals. So if you're going to be journaling, go ahead, save a few of things. Magazines, mail, envelopes, use things instead of putting it in that adorable. And that's so adorable too. Love cats, love dogs, love animals, but these are absolutely adorable. Keep some magazines, keep some mail, put it in a plastic bin or a nice file folder, and then sit down, watch one of my videos, put it together with me. I'd love the company. Ask me questions underneath. Wendy, this is what I've got. What do you recommend I do next? And we will have fun. So again, just dismantling this magazine all the way through. We're going to be using the front cover and the rear cover. And again, very, very little when I go to play is ever thrown away. So look at those, adorable. And that is the last page. And I'm not going to tear this off now, but again, when I set, well, maybe I will to show you. When I told you little waist, look what I'm tearing off. Just that very edge of that book is the only thing rough, the only thing that we really get rid of, and that's the strings and the glue. We don't want the hard, tough glue in the book. So again, very, very little waste with that page. So again, you can see not a whole lot. And we'll put that inside of the bag. Now again, we said that we would be using this as pockets, as tags, as just regular pages in the journal, and maybe even looking up some words. So before I tear this one apart, since they're all in alphabetical order, I might sit down with some of the words that I like to use, encouragement words, strong, healthy, independent, powerful, strong-minded, happy, successful, any kind of encouraging words. and go ahead and take those out individually before I tear out all of the pages. And that way I can use those encouraging words in my junk journal on an actual page, and we'll use a lot of the other pages as pockets and as background, really to perk up and join some of those. And when I'm looking through this old book, I can smell the paper. It smells like I'm in a very, very old library, and that's not paper stink. That is the smell of linen. That is the smell of a beautiful library with precious, precious works of art over the years. I mean, if you've never studied the history of the dictionary and how that got started, absolutely fascinating. I love the written word. I love books. I love to touch, to feel, to hold. And that's why I want you to come back and join me for my upcoming tutorials on junk journals. Go ahead and subscribe now down below, and then look at some of the older videos that I put out. And please, please, please join me as I go through my process of using all these lovely papers in my upcoming junk journal tutorials. Thanks for coming. Have a great day, my friends. Bye.